what's happening is not a laughing matter. It's not a joke. Um, for those who want to know what's not a laughing matter, all the neck pain, the stiffness of the neck, the aching shoulders, the back pain, the migraines, the extreme exhaustion, the flu-like symptoms, all of it, and feeling like you, and this is after you wake up, it's not a laughing matter. In fact, it's global. Hello there, Apple Brooks. Let me flip this around. It's it's totally global what's happening. And it's not just thousands of people, it's millions of people who are experiencing the same thing. I've just got through doing a Facebook video, and they too, they live in all over the world, just like you. We live in all different places around the world, okay, we do. And a lot of people who are commenting, who watch the videos, or they know somebody who experiencing the stiffness of neck, the soreness of neck, the achy shoulder, like the left shoulders or the right shoulders, left side of the neck, right shoulder, something like that. Something is going on, and it does feel like an attack on our bodies. Okay, it does. And it's really interesting because it happens at night. It happens in the nighttime. Um, yeah, I am in Indiana, and I've noticed a lot of construction going on where I'm at really strange places. They're digging up the roads completely, so you cannot have, and it's like the main roads. Okay, I have the main roads, and you have to go around. But we're talking about the density is so thick. Okay, yes. Hello, you all. I'm wonderful. I just been sitting here this morning. I want to pause for the nature, for the birds. Okay, yes, and someone did comment on here. I would encourage you, I really would, to look up the side effects of 5G. I would encourage you to do that, okay, because it does speak about certain things that people are experiencing. I would look that up just if you are even so curious as to what they are, because it does mimic flu-like symptoms. It talks about the aches and pains, the stiffness of the neck, anxiety, irritability, all of that. Okay, it talks about all of that. And really, in all actuality, when you have a different frequency beaming in, being broadcast out there in your human body, you know it's going to mess with your body's frequency. It's going to do something to your body because you have this foreign. So it's not a laughing matter. People say, oh, it's because you hold your cell phones to your neck. It's because you're looking down at your cell phone. No, this is not. We don't got time for comments like that, joking comments, even though you may think, oh, it's just a joke. But this is a serious matter. It's global. And I really think there's millions of people who are experiencing this, and they may be thinking that they're the only one, but they're not. If I've done 2 videos on it, yes, the day before yesterday, about the stiffness of the neck. What happened with that is I was briefly on the Facebook and I was talking during a live video. It was 2 days ago, and I briefly mentioned my neck. I woke up with my neck being sore. That's all I said. And then someone commented, and they said, well, their neck was sore too. And it happened around a couple weeks ago. And then another person commented, and I thought, well, I'll just do a live video on it. And I did, and lots of people were experiencing and are experiencing stiffness of neck when they wake up, aching, and headaches. Some people get headaches, like getting a migraine that they normally wouldn't get, and your shoulders and stuff like that. Well, Rodolfo, that may be true. I know that they said by 2023, 50%. Okay, that's what they said. Um, so who knows what might happen. We'll be here as long as we're meant to be here. Okay, we will. And hopefully we will fulfill whatever it was we was meant to fulfill while on this earth, okay? It's all right. It's not all right what's being done, but you know, we got to persevere and make the best of it. We got to hold our ground. Um, and I don't think it matters whether or not you've been, you know what, or not. I don't think at this point, because some people who have and some people who haven't are experiencing this, okay? They are, and I'm not going to do a poll on that, okay? The main thing is people are experiencing these symptoms, and it's not an isolated event. It's not just you, it's not just me. Even this morning, I woke up and my neck was stiff. Um, yeah, you haven't had any hexes. Let me flip this around. This is pause for nature just a minute. I want to pause for the birds. Okay, I'm back over here. I just like to pause to let you hear the sound of nature, the birds, because and the green is really healing. The colors of nature, just the frequency of the animals and stuff. It's soothing to a person's spirit, and so it is to see it and hear it. It is, it's very healing. It is. It is peaceful. That's why I'm sitting out here on this swing. I'm sitting out here on this porch swing right here. Um, I've heard that before, Jenny. Um, Phones in airplane mode at night. Thank you for that little tidbit of information. And don't sleep with it right next to your head. Don't do it. I don't know what you mean, Sergio, by sun gazing. I've heard of the phrase, so I don't know what sun gazing means. If it means, am I staring at the sun? No, I'm not. I'm not staring at the sun. I've never been one to stare at the sun. Um, I am outside doing stuff around my house and my yard and garden. Yeah, let's flip this around. Oh, looking at the sun before it rises in the morning, Rodolfo. Okay, I've got you. No, I can't see the sun. Okay, I can't. Yeah, I did sit on my little stoop on my porch this morning, just probably 10 minutes, facing the eastern sky. I can't see the sun when it rises because my treetops over my pond block the sunrise. So I only get it when it's way up there in the sky. I can see the reflection on the water at times as the sun is rising. One time it was really orange, reddish orange on the pond water as it was rising in the sky. I thought, wow, that's really ominous looking. Oh, I didn't see no meteor shower yesterday. I didn't even go outside after a certain hour when I came in last night because I was outside all day long, and I loved it. I really loved it. It's the first time I've been outside like that over a year, maybe even longer, just doing peaceful things outside. So I went to bed after I did my live YouTube video. Let's listen to the birds. Okay, and I would like to say something about the neck, okay, because it's not a laughing matter. What really got me is, y'all please hit that thumbs up button and the subscribe button. Thank you, Apple Brooks. I don't often say it on here, um, but yeah, I think it makes a difference. It might make a difference when you watch the video and give it a thumbs up. It helps recommend it when you watch a video. Um, some people say they feel like their neck is going to fall off their head. Okay, that's not a joke, okay? Their neck is hurting so bad, and I think crackling when they turn it, they feel like their neck is going to fall off. And one person said, you know, in the morning they laid on their bed with their head and leaned their head back to stretch their neck because their neck was in so much pain. And you know, I do in the mornings, I normally stretch. I didn't stretch this morning right now, but I normally do in the mornings after a tad bit. I'm not going to do it immediately when I get up. But stretching does help to stretch your joints out because if they're aching, it's not just your neck. People are experiencing achy leg joints, arm joints, back pain, headaches, migraine. You may have extreme anxiety. You may have other things that you are experiencing. And I think that people may not experience the same thing as everyone else, but in a ballpark area, you know, yeah, it's all related. You're like, oh, yeah, it's much better. Yours is finally better. Um, Once the solar flare knocks out the power grid, you will see those really behind the mask. Um, well, I think a lot of people have their own thoughts on that, and their own thoughts may indeed agree with what you have said, even though we don't talk about that because we've got much better things to talk about than to give energy to that. We can give energy to nature. Just look at the beautiful greenery. Green is healing. It will be nice when, I know I got some grapes forming over here, you all. I can't hone in on them. Yeah. Good morning. If you're just coming on here and this is the first time you've heard about the, because look at these leaves on the tree moving. Because a lot of people are not getting notifications and they're getting unsubscribed, not just from my channel, but from other channels. Someone's going, something, let me just, something's going in. Do you see my phone just got darker on me? Something's going in and unsubscribing people. This little chipmunk is so cute. It is so adorable, you all. It likes to run across the porch. It goes to the bird feeder and gets little seeds and stores them in the mouth like a chipmunk cheeks. Yeah. Um, I don't know what I was saying. Yeah. So it's okay. You're not the only person who's not getting notifications. Um, I think it's something else that's causing it. But if I want to be analytical, I don't think it's just humans. I think it's, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger and the rise of the you-know-whats. Yeah, I think that we probably might see something like that. There probably is something like that going on. But the neck pain is very, that's what's happening. People are getting lots of neck pain. And if you move around, don't be afraid to move your neck and stretch it, even ever so slightly, um, because you want to be able to work those muscles if it's causing your neck to get like that. Um, mm, You know, let's talk about this cell phone. Somebody said your phone has never gone beyond 4G. I'm still using my iPhone 8 right here. And as you all know, I had went and I got me a new phone. It was that new iPhone. It was about the same size as this one. I think it was called a SE or something. And it was only like $400. And I was going to use that instead of this, but when I went to activate it, it told me to turn this phone on and that other phone on. And when I did, they said, hold the square of this window of my phone right here over the plasma that was twirling around inside that new phone. The plasma, I was looking at the plasma. There was a plasma thing on that phone, and it was swirling around and moving around as if it was alive. And I thought, what on earth is that? And I had to hold this phone right here and have that plasma swirling around in the square on the little picture frame on this phone so that this phone could recognize it. And when I did, my phone would not recognize it. Okay, it wouldn't. It kind of freaked me out. It really did, seeing the plasma moving around like it does. Knowing what we've learned about plasma, documenting web plasma and all that, and CERN has also got plasma, you know, the dark plasma. They're working with the dark plasma, finding out the other side, and it's very unpredictable. Okay, so now our phones have plasma. So, short story, I've not activated that phone, and they give you a new SIM card. T-Mobile, let's talk about this. T-Mobile has taken over Sprint. I got Sprint. And out here in the country, you don't get much service, but I still have Sprint as my carrier, but it's actually T-Mobile. They give you a SIM card, T-Mobile does, that you are supposed to put in your new phone so you can pick up the towers nearby. When I tried to activate that phone, I was still going to try it. I had no reception at all in my house. My phone just went bright all of a sudden. I have no reception at all in my house. Anywhere where I'm at with that T-Mobile SIM card, uh, I literally had to drive all the way down to Henryville to even get it a signal. And why do I want a phone like that? You know what I did? I said, I'm not messing with this. It's been nothing but trouble when I've tried to mess with it. I pulled that SIM card out of that phone and I stuck it away. I'm not going to use it. I still have my iPhone 8. I still have the original Sprint, the little SIM card from Sprint in my phone. It's because Sprint, the 3G and the LTE is supposed to go offline. And they said, we'll have no signal. But I've got a signal at my house with this little SIM card in here. And I'm not going to activate that new phone. I'm not. It's just sitting up there. I know it's not right to pay for something that I'm not going to activate, but it's just sitting there with that plasma inside of it. I'm not going to waken up that plasma. I'm not, you all. And I think it's supposed to be because it can handle 5G. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm not. I'm trying to situate myself. Let me pause and let's listen to some nature. Okay, I wanted to pause and get some nature on here too. I think it's good for nature to be on here also to keep the frequency peaceful. Yeah, I love the woods. I really do. I used to play in the woods by our house when I lived in the project. We'd go across the street in the woods and we'd stay there all day long and make little um, huts, little bitty like things, and climb on the trees and the vines. So if you're just tuning in, it's not funny what's happening. People have stiff necks. People have sore necks. It's happening when they wake up. They have shoulder pain. Some people are having migraines. People have joints. Some people feel exhausted when they wake up. Some people feel like they've been beaten up when they wake up. Some people feel like their neck is going to fall off their head. Um, and it's a global thing. What's happening is global. There's millions of people who are experiencing it. And there's lots of people who are experiencing it and are not aware that there are other people having the exact same symptoms. I would encourage you, if you haven't, to look up the side effects of 5G. My ears just had like a fullness thing popping in them. Look that up because you might see some similarities. Some people may feel that this is ascension symptoms. They'll tell you what the ascension symptoms are, and that's fine. At this point in the game, that's, yeah. Um, the main thing is it's global. People are experiencing it, and not all the people, but some of the people. Um, and we don't know why. We don't know whether, well, I think it doesn't matter whether or not you've had you know what or whether or not you haven't. Okay. I think it's doing something to the frequency. Let me flip this around. I think it probably helps if I pause during videos like this and have something else in the video. It might help with the you know what's. Um, it is beautiful, and I love being outside. I love being outside. A lot of you all love being outside too. It's very healing and peaceful. It's the world. This is the real world. Being outside with nature. It is. Even though we're looking at something on here, this is the real world, you all, right here, outside. In reality, it's not the virtual reality. It's our real reality, the real world. Yeah. Um, that's right. Stay grounded in our world. Yeah. Let's listen to the birds. They're so happy. The socks and shoes off. That's right, you all. I've got my socks and got my shoes off. I've been setting on my foot. Yeah, I've been setting on my, not on my feet. But yeah, it's nice. Mm. Gina, are the plants growing faster this year because of what's going on with all the, I'm not sure because I hadn't been coming outside as much. My daughter got, my battery was low. It is low. My daughter got the gardens going, but They seem to be growing really good. The cabbages are doing really good. They are. Their leaves are so big. Their leaves are bigger than a dinner plate. The leaves on the cabbage plants are as big as a pizza pan. That's how big they are. You could use them to make roll up some rice inside of them and stuff, make some cabbage rolls and put whatever you want on the inside of them. Yeah. Um, Faraday shield wallpaper. Um, your dentist is closing his office today. Oh no, Simfree. We hope that that gets better. Yeah, what would we do if the grid went down in the middle of summer and it was hot and you didn't have no way to cool off? You know, when I was young, we didn't have air conditioning in the projects. Our house got so hot. And I remember one night, um, I went into the bathtub. I thought it's probably cooler in the bathtub. And I would wet a wet towel around my neck, put it on my legs, or even at times in my bed. And I would do that to try to cool off because it was so, so hot. It worked. I survived. I did. You can survive, you all. You can. Oh, it's hard to go without air conditioning. I rarely turn the air conditioning on in my house. I let it get up to around 82 or so. Um, yeah, because I don't want a really cold house. I'd rather have the heat than the cold. But some people can't handle the heat. Let's pause. Nature. That chipmunk is not too happy with what's going on. Somebody must be bothering that chipmunk down there, you all. I think that's what's happening. We put the little bird bath underneath the drip that comes from the gutter right here. And it keeps it filled with water for the birds because they like to take a bath. They really do. Yeah, this is so overgrown, but it's okay, you all. It is. It's fine. That chipmunk is not happy. I think it's a chipmunk. Good morning. So if you're all just tuning in, it's not funny what's happening. People have stiff neck, sore neck, back pain, shoulder pain. They feel like they got beat up when they woke up. And this is happening when you wake up in the morning. Some people feel like their neck is going to fall off their head, off their shoulders. Some people are experiencing flu-like symptoms, anxiety, unsettledness within their spirits, irritability. But the main thing was this was on the past two videos and a post was on the stiffness in the neck. If you hadn't seen any of those postings, then I'm glad you're looking at this one because it's global. There's over 1 million people. There could even be 2 or 3 million people, and they don't even know other people in the world that is experiencing the same things that they are. I'm just looking at this thing flying around. So it's happening and something's going on and it feels like your body's being attacked. You can't, I wake up, this happened to me, it started a couple of weeks ago and I thought it was just me. And when I briefly mentioned it in a live YouTube video, and they thought it was just them. And then I saw another comment. So then I did a YouTube video and then I did a follow-up YouTube video that day. And it's global, it's worldwide, you all, it is. So I am gonna go. And thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your comments. Let me flip this. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you, moderators. Thank you all for your comments, you all. And it's good to raise awareness. It's good to know that we're not alone in what we're experiencing. Something's going on, okay? And nobody likes to have a stiff neck or sore neck or the aches and pains that they do, okay? They don't. Love you.